Alright, let's have a look at video editing. So when it comes to editing video, I have three programs to show you. What I've got here is my project for baking a very simple cake, which we recorded with just a home camera. And I'm using Apple iMovie software because it's free, it came with my computer. And it's really easy to use, so I like to use this one. So basically what I have here is in this area on the left hand side, I've got all my media that I've recorded with the camera, and at the bottom I have my timeline, and you can see that you can just drag media into your timeline. So if I go all the way to the end, so I don't mess my project up, I can select the media that I want. I'll just drag it onto the timeline, and you can adjust how much of that you want to show. You can, if I want to cut just a little bit from here, I can just here, let's say that I want to use this part. So just go where I want to start, right click and go split clip. That splits it in half. Then I go to the end. Let's say I want to finish here. So I'll just click on the timeline, go right click, split clip. And now this is the part that I want to use. So just delete what's in front of it, and I will delete what's at the back. And now I have the little piece of video that I wanted to use. You can see in here with the orange bar, that's the part that we used in the timeline. And you can adjust the colors of the clip if you want to. You can just say that you want a different white balance, or you can make it lighter or darker depending on what you need. And let's add another clip behind. So I will just select this one, so just drag this new clip behind it, and I'll just use a little bit, so I'll split it here. And now I have these two clips, and I want to give it a nice transition. So let's go here to transitions, and let's say we want to cross blur these two clips. So just drag this transition in between, and you will see that they'll blend nicely. One into another. What you also can do, you can put titles on it. So if I click on titles here, and let's say that I want to put some text, I'll just drag it onto the timeline, and you can see I've got title text here. So I'll just type this is our headline, and the text will show up on the clip when you play it. You can adjust how long the text should show, so you can change the duration of your titles too. You can also edit the audio, so you can see here is audio with the clip here. You can detach it from the video, and if you want you can add your own voiceover, or you can change the volume of the clip depending on what you want. You can also make it fade in. This way it will fade in, this way it will fade out. And You can add songs from your iTunes onto the clip. So this is my iTunes. You can just grab a song and drag it onto your clip and it will play in the background. You can do the whole movie like this really easily. If you want, you can also add pictures. So I've imported some pictures into my media, which I have. Here you can see them with the icon of the camera. So if I want to add a picture, I'll just drag it onto the timeline. And you can see I've got a 4-second picture, and to make it nice and not boring, iTunes will automatically give it a Ken Burns effect. So when you play it, it actually zooms in or out. So this is really easy software to work with. Unfortunately, it's just on Mac, but if you have an iPhone, you have a similar version of this software on your iPhone anyway, so you can use it there. You can edit videos on the iPhone now too. And then you just go click and export your video into file, and the file you can upload it to Facebook, to Vimeo, YouTube, anywhere you want. Going one level up, well, this is the professional tool. It's actually quite costly. It costs about $500, but that's what professionals use, and that's the Final Cut. Okay, so now I'm in Final Cut, which is a professional video editing tool, but you can see that it's kind of similar to iMovie. So you have your media in the top left corner, and your timeline is at the bottom. And the same as you would do with iMovie, you just drag the media on your timeline. Let me just create a new project. Here is my project. So I've got a blank project here, and then you can just drag your media into your timeline. Let me just drag and drop my media into my project. Here we go. And now I can just select this clip, drag it on my timeline here. And let's add another one after that. Drag it there. And the third one. So just drag and drop it on your timeline. And you can zoom in if you want. So there is my clip. Again, we've got some transitions here. So I can choose to do transitions, drag and drop it onto my timeline. Maybe do a blur transition here. This clip is quite small, so we might have to extend it a little bit. So just go to modify and retime, and let's say that I want it to go 50% slower. You can see now it's slow. I can add my transition to my clip. And here we go. And let's just put titles there as well, just to make it more fun. So just switch to subtitles, put your titles onto the video. And let's say that I want to use I like this one. Just call it sample heading. Okay, let's play our clip here. So let's go, hit the play button. We've got our preview, so that's our clip. Now comes the transition. We got our titles in the video. The clip is playing slower. We have another transition coming. And look at a beautiful baby seal. That's our clip. Really easy. If you want to cut it, you just click wherever you want to cut your clip. Type the B key for the blade tool, and you just cut your video. Like that. And let's say that you want to add a freeze frame. So just hover over the place where you want your freeze frame to appear. Go Option F, and now I have a freeze frame on here. And you can change the duration of these clips. You can rearrange them now that you've cut them. If I played here, you've got the clip, the one that I just cut. It comes back to the original, and now we have the freeze frame. And of course you can change the duration of your freeze frame, so it can go as long as you want it. You can also add music or sounds. So I've got some sounds that I've recorded. This is my voice track, so I just drag it onto the clip. And now I have a voice track. If I want background music, just select your music. And I'll just put my music track behind. So now you can see the green one is my background music track. You can change the volume again. And the blue one is my voice. So these are just the basics of Final Cut. It's a professional tool. It's costly, but if you're serious about video editing, this might be the right software for you. Okay, so let's have a look at Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere is part of the Adobe Creative Suite, which is a bundle of softwares for anything creative, from photos to page layout to video and audio editing. The way it works, you pay Adobe a subscription every month and they give you all of these programs for you to use. So let's look at the Premiere software for video editing. Here is my blank project, so what I will do first would be import some of our sample videos. So here they are, I'll just import them into my project. And again, you can just drag these videos on a timeline. And you can see we've got multiple tracks on our timeline. Let's make it slightly bigger so we can see it. Let's add two video here. And you can actually have second video track parallel with the first one. The same goes for your audio. And again, we can just drag videos on our timeline and assemble them as you need. And you can zoom in and out. Here is my timeline here. You can add effects to the videos. Say that we will switch here at the top. You've got different panels which you can switch from. And so let's say I want to use some video effects. Maybe we just want to add a bit of noise to it or grain. So we just select the effect, you hit apply, and you can see it's been applied to my video. And you can see we can select some of the presets that are here already, so you can add different effects to your video. Change color of your video. And use different effects. You can also add text to your video and use text effects. So let's add an music to our project. So we'll just drag the music onto our audio track. And that's our background music. And again, we can add transitions. So let's say we want to use this transition here. Video transitions. Cube spin, for example. So here's my transition here. So let's preview our video. We would edit the transition. And this is just a preview, so it's not really fast. It's just to show you what it will look like. But when you actually export the video, it will calculate each and every frame, so it will be much smoother. So let's see if we can do picture in picture here. So I have two video tracks. I've got this track here, which will be my background, and it doesn't really go that far, so I'll just right click on it and make it longer. So I want the speed to be slower, so let's go to 30% speed. Now it's extended my clip, and I've dragged onto my second video layer this clip here. Just put it right at the beginning, and here it is. I've got picture in picture. I don't really like it there, so I'll just switch to the hand tool and just move my picture over here at the top, or maybe just here. And you can scale it as well. So we have picture in picture. And now when I play my clip, I have two videos going one over another with picture in picture. I've got background music. Now the video is gone. If we want, we can add transition so it will disappear. So just dissolve. Watch this. And it's gone. And let's say now we want the second video to appear. And let's put it in this corner here. And watch it again. So one video disappears, the background still plays, and now the new video shows up. Pretty cool, eh? So we just did all this in 10 minutes or so. Once you get the hang of it, it's fairly easy to work with. This is a professional tool, and if you are serious about video editing and you don't have a Mac, this might be a good way to go. I always found that the best way to learn something is to actually start working with it when it comes to software. So whichever you pick, just get the software, open it up, start playing with it, and see how it goes. And when you're stuck, just Google what you need to do. And there are plenty of tutorials on the internet which you can use, which are free, and you can basically finish your entire project without having any formal training in video editing. So that was it, our video editing 101.